You know yourself. You know that you are worthy. You know that you are worth it. Don't allow other people to treat you as such. Remember that. Like, it doesn't matter who it is. Family, friends, boyfriends, whoever.
If you have a dream or you have a business that you want to do and that is your passion, I'd rather you pick your passion than a paycheck. A lot of people are living lives that they really don't want to live. They're just doing it for a paycheck and they're miserable outside of them 40 or 50 hours of work.
Hold your applause, I ain't done yet. Immortality got me weary since Kobe died. I got this watch on my arm, but I'll never know my time. So my focus lies in my work, which got me in overdrive. I can't break for a day. I'm in a maze of my mind, I can't make an escape.
So we back at Decoding Two Sides of the System with another episode. I got the wonderful Chishayla kimmons here. She does clothing, hair products. She's a very good motivational speaker as well. Has a great story. Beautiful queen. I'm so glad she was able to make it. We're not gonna talk about what happened before because Lord have mercy. Just God was with me this morning. But I just want to welcome her to the show. Before we start, I got my main man with me every show, aka Big Stepper. Goof, and we're going to get to it. So just introduce the people, tell them who you are.
Hey, y'all. I'm Chishayla Kimmons with Fearfully and Wonderfully Made. We are a women's empowerment beauty brand, empowering women from the crown down. And we are so excited to be here today.
Thank you so much for coming. I want you to tell them deeper into what does your brand mean to you, the backside meaning of that.
So Fearfully and Wonderfully Made LLC just means being all that God created you to be. My brand started from just a little girl, not knowing her worth, and allowing others around me to treat me as such. So in the Bible, it says that you are fearfully and wonderfully made, and that's just being uniquely who you are and being bold, being you, and being wonderfully made. And yeah, that's how we got our name here.
You talk about finding yourself or being the best version of yourself. And we obviously, this is a mental health podcast. Tell the people some of the trials and tribulations that you went through to find yourself. Everybody know in life we go through ups and downs, but just the mental aspect of how you attack a situation and then how you can see the light at the end of the tunnel and then better yourself. So what has some of your tribulations taught you about yourself?
It just taught me to really just believe in yourself and know yourself. You know yourself. You know that you are worthy. You know that you are worth it. So don't allow other people to treat you as such. You really have to tap into that mentally and remember that. It doesn't matter who it is. Family, friends, boyfriends, whoever. Just really understanding who you are and just always going back to what God said you are. He said you were these things. So why not walk in that light as well as make sure that other people that want to walk by you are understanding that light and treating you as such.
I love that. Meeting you too, I love the standard that you set for yourself. Just when it comes to people within business or just within, because you have a big heart. You always smiling and you truly want to see other people win. So I feel like that has come through your trials and tribulations. How do you keep that mindset to always want to see other people do good, even when you've been through so much pain? What advice do you have for people out there, to see that type of light that you have?
I would just say it's genuine. It's if that's really what you want, it's gonna show. People are gonna show. You're gonna know that opposed to someone that really doesn't want to see you win or somebody that does. Just being genuine and just also realizing that, hey, that may have been my sister's season for this big thing. Mine's is coming as well, and you're able to celebrate others while you're in that waiting season, whatever it is that you're waiting for, and knowing, hey, if it happened for her, it can happen for me too, and just being happy and being hopeful for that as well.
I love that. I want to talk to you about, because since we're on trials and tribulations, you owning your own business now. I mean, we're in this social media area. Everybody want to be the boss. Everybody want to have their own. Everybody want to be entrepreneur. But people don't understand the mental side and the backside of that, especially when you're starting out your business, of how you got to believe in yourself, believe in what you're doing, and also how you got to take yourself serious before other people take you serious.
Right.
You know, I feel like whenever I started my journey, nobody took me serious when it came to podcasting because they only see me as a basketball player. But as I continued to go and continue to be consistent and continue to like, nah, this is me. Like, if you don't accept me on this, then it's this. But people don't know those down moments of like wanting to quit. Like, I'm currently on a long break from my pod, but I was investing time doing something else. But knowing that my other thing that I finally got done is done. So now I can get back to doing what I really want to do. Yeah. Big moves. It's coming soon. The pod world gonna know. But it's just like getting through that hard wall of things of people just not believing in you. So like let's talk about those tribulations when it came to business. Like, or what are the top 3 things that you learned through your hard times during business?
I really just learned to keep going. And honestly, if God told you to start this thing, no matter what, just keep going. Not too long ago, I was listening to the Christian Bae podcast. That's a really good podcast. And she was just saying how she started her podcast years ago, did what God told her to do. And she just hit 1 million plays. But it's like, she was like, in the beginning, you know, if I would have got discouraged of nobody like supporting me, nobody watching my videos. Now, 5 years later, here I am at 1 million views, you know, getting paid to do what I love to do. So just like, honestly, always just go back to what God told you to do. If God told you when you were in your quiet place to start this business, you know, start that business. It doesn't matter. You know, keep pressing, keep promoting your business regardless of who believes in you. Because then one day they're going to see them like, oh, that girl, she kept going. Look at her now. You know, like, so I just say, just really keep going. Go back to God. Continue to have him, ask him, God, show me how I should move forward. Do I need to take a break? Do I need to stop doing certain stuff in my business and add this and bring it back to you? Like, just really just give it to God. And yeah, that's like the biggest advice.
I love that. I was talking too, because I had talked to you like a week or 2 ago, and you were telling me how you were going to an event in Dallas, and like how you had so much fun, like learning from so many entrepreneurs and stuff like that. And I just admire that because it shows that you like are investing not only into yourself but into your dreams. And I think like a lot of that gets clouded up with people. Like sometimes people want to work, but people don't want to really invest into themselves. Like the working and the investing is hand in hand because you have to invest money to make money. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just how it goes. But when you show that another level of like, it's kind of like being humble, I call it. Like as I meet different people that's entrepreneurs, I always learn different things. And I'm like, dang, I'm thinking I'm working hard. Then it's like, well, now I'm doing this. I'm like, damn, I got to be doing that. Like, I need to, you know, it's always like a learning curve. Like, and that's what, like, I encourage people. Like, if you have a dream or you have a business that you want to do and that is your passion, I'd rather you pick your passion than a paycheck. Because a lot of people are living lives that they really don't want to live. They're just doing it for a paycheck and they're miserable outside of them 40 or 50 hours of work. You know, they're tired or they're not being able to hit the gym or travel or just do what they want to do. But understanding, too, that this life ain't easy. You know, we go through trials and tribulations as well. So, yeah, look at you, right?
You know, because it's so true. Like, at the end of the day, sometimes our work week is longer than the 40-hour work week. Sometimes we're up late hours trying to, you know, figure this thing out. And I love how you said, like, just doing the hard work, too, because when I was at that event, the Women Evolve conference, we went to T.D. Jakes' church the Wednesday night for Bible study, and he just had, like, a panel of people that are in business, doing multiple different things in business. And then in ministry, like, in business, in ministry. And they were in, you know, the higher up. Like, one of them used to work with, like, in the presidential area. But he was talking about doing the hard work. He was like, Most of us don't want to do the hard work. Entrepreneurs, we don't want to do the hard work because we can't go in there speaking. We can't go in the bank speaking our own language. Trying to get a loan. We need to get hooked up with a business mentor, a business coach, somebody like that has that language, that has that knowledge. We need to invest in those things. Those are things that we have to invest into. We can't do this on our own. So it is really important for us to do the hard work and realize that, working for somebody is hard and working for
Yeah. Oh, I like that. Choose your heart. I like that. That's tough. That's tough. I also think about it like this too, because a lot of people don't understand what you get when you spend your money to go to a conference and things like that. Like, a lot of people in life have great talent, but they look at a price and they're like, oh, I'm not paying that just to hear somebody talk. But they don't understand the experience and the network and of who you meet, how much it will help elevate you in life. Not only just like within your business, like your mental life,
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, how I approach things, how I budget, like you said, like going to church, like, and learning about different things, like, because everybody has a different passion for something. Like, I have a best friend, his name is Jarrell. He does training. I love basketball, but whenever I have a kid, hey, you going to Uncle Rail, because he loves what he does. Like, he loves what he does. He's passionate. Even though I have knowledge about the game, I'm not as passionate about training as he is. So understanding that tells me, okay, mentally, I need to take a step back in this area because this person loves what he does. Now, if he ever was in the podcasting area, he knows, like, respectfully, all right, Trey, I'm coming to Trey because Trey loves what he does. And people don't understand that it's a difference between liking to do something and loving. Like, if you got the mentality and you love your passion, you can like it all you want. If you don't love it, somebody is going to always know more and outwork you because it's their love. You know what I'm saying? So I think, like, people got to get a better mindset when it comes to conferences and businesses and all these things that are in the world to help you be financially stable and give you the knowledge, spending your money on that, because we spend our money on different things. We'll go to an NBA game, a basketball game, or a football game, or we'll go to a bar or take a mini little vacation. Whenever you could take this vacation, not only will this help you all around your life, but it also, like, you know what I'm saying, help you make more money so you can do those things that you really want to do, the games and stuff. I want to talk to you about relationships. You have definitely been through some past trauma, and that has, like, wrapped around your business name. And first of all, I applaud you for accepting your trauma. Being in mental health, I say this respectfully, but a lot of people, women-wise too, they don't want to accept their traumas and talk about it. Men as well. You know what I'm saying? But, man, it's okay. Put your finger down. That's not what we do. Just because I said that, no. Put your finger down. But, no. But listen, digging into that trauma is very, very hard because you have to accept things, but also, too, you learn about yourself. So I really want to know if you want to share to the people just about what you learned going through your traumas and relationships. If you want to describe, I done been through this, and my advice to people is this, because there's a lot of strong queens that's going through a lot. So, yeah.
So I would say just knowing your worth, because I have been through bad relationships.
Number one, knowing your worth. And see how I point at you, but go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, so know your worth. Important. Just because, like, it's easy to fall back into those, like, same traps. Like, it's easy to go back to somebody just like, just repeat a cycle. That is so easy to do that. So writing down things and realizing, okay, this is what I need to remember in my next relationship, in my going forward relationships that I'm forming now, is just to really just know your worth for real. And I mean, it's easier said than done, because I know some women that are in, like, have been than me. And just finding something that you're passionate about as well. Like, using that energy to, sometimes as young women, we want, we got that fairy tale life. We want to, be in a relationship, get married, and just do all these things. But I would really suggest just to follow your passion. Like, all of that stuff is going to come along. You're going to find someone that's just as serious as you, doing things in their life that make sense as well, and running after their passion. Don't get hooked up with the wrong people, because you can get hooked up with the wrong guy and he can delay your progress. He can delay what God wants to do in your life because you are still holding on here. Like, I know for me, I had stopped going to college. I just stopped doing a lot of stuff, so like, and that wasn't me. Like, it was just like, it was so odd for me just to not be in school, not learning, but it was like, it was a result of this relationship. And I know, like, for me, I'm like, I will tell my daughter as she get older just to chase your dreams. Like, if it was up to me, if I wasn't chasing after a guy, I would have been to college out of state, doing all different type of stuff. I probably wouldn't have had a kid or right now at this time. So I just say, just like, focus on yourself, your passions, and go all in that. Because there's a lot of people that did that at the age 18 and look at where they're at now, But not saying that you can't turn it around. Even if you are 29, even if you are 25, even if you are 30, you can always change it around and really just hone into what makes you genuinely happy, If that guy want to, come along, he'll come along, he'll get it right. But, just focus on you. So that's really what helps me. Also, just like reading books as well. Like, I read Sarah Jake's books, Lost and Found, and that really propelled my growth. Like, that was like a lot of the stuff I could relate to her in there. And that was just like, girl, you need to keep it pushing, and staying close to God. At the time, I wasn't really close to God. I knew God, but I wasn't as close to him as I am now. So I would suggest just really getting into your Bible for real, reading, trusting him, praying, just starting somewhere. Even if you don't know where to start, my inbox is open. Okay? We're going to have the information in the link or wherever.
Say that. So, say that then. Say that. I kind of want to talk to you about those low moments and just your mindset, like when you hit those low moments of you feeling like you're not good enough, or you feeling like somebody is tearing you down and you can't get out of your rut. Like, I kind of want you to like what's the top 3 feelings, if you just had to pick 3, that you feel like you felt and you had to overcome?
So you're saying like the top 3 feelings that I felt?
Yeah, as far as like when you're going through these relationship problems and how it's making you feel about yourself. Like, for instance, like it could be something like losing confidence within yourself. Like, like, man, I felt like hurt. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, it could be like hurt, just those type of words. Like, I just want to know, like, if you can characterize 3 words of like the pain that you felt, I would like for you to, disperse to the queens out there.
Okay.
No.
So, I would say, okay, I felt worthless. I felt like, why me?
Mm-hmm.
Because I knew I was worth it, but I felt worthless. Like, it was like, you're the whole package. But here you are feeling worthless. Here you are feeling like, why me? Why do I have to go through all of this? And I just felt hopeless. Like, that stuff was not okay. Like, that was the time. Like, that was like, woo, I'm glad God has brought me out of that. But yeah, those were the feelings that I had.
So what about the like, why me? Like describe that feeling. Like, I feel like a lot of just people in relationships, men and women, like whenever they going through something that's very tough, they say, why me? So I want you to describe how you felt like of your why me.
Yeah, I just felt, because one, the guy I was with was a serial cheater. So it was like, why me? Like, I just, I just knew that I was like I said, I knew that I was worth it, but I felt worthless. Right. So it's like, why do I have to go through all of this? I'm a good woman. I'm doing all the things, and it's just like, you just wonder, like, why me? And sometimes it's not even you. At the end of the day, when I look back, it was like, it wasn't me. It was the guy. The guy still does the same stuff to this day to different women. So it's just like, it was never me. And it was just like, it was just like, why do I deserve this? Because for me, like I said, I've always wanted to be like, in a long-lasting relationship. I grew up with both parents, loyalty, that's what I saw, So me growing up, it's like the people that I actually dated, we were long-term for the most part. So it was like, when it just went left, it's like, okay, why do I have to endure all this stuff? But it's like, for me, I endured all these things because I'm always looking at long term, even though those people weren't even long term people. They weren't even supposed to be put up.
They didn't meet the criteria.
Yeah, they wasn't even that material. But here I am putting them on this pedestal because it's like, in my mind, it's like, okay, my end goal, I do want to be married. I want to have a family and do all these things. So it was just like, okay, why do I have to go through this? You see all the people that are getting married to their high school sweethearts and just doing all this stuff. And it's just like, well, like, where's my light at the end of the tunnel? So that's where that feeling came from.
I love that. I love the mental aspect that you put around it as well. Like, you knowing yourself and then knowing, like, who the person you are and what they do. Like, I think a lot of people know that, but they don't accept it. Like, you know what you're saying? Like, no, he's a bad person, or, he's doing it to other women, or he's a serial cheater, and you know it. Some people know it, but they can't accept it, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Just mentally here. But I want to talk to you too, because I love how you said, not love how you said in the aspect of what you said, but when you said worthless, because like knowing you and knowing how you are now, a lot of people wouldn't even like, girl, you like, you know what I'm saying? Because some people meet you at a point and they don't meet you at, the point that you had to overcome to be the person that you are today.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people meet me and they're like, oh, you're very intelligent, you talk, and, a lot of different stuff now, or work ethic now, but they don't know how I was then. You know what I'm saying? So I want you to talk about the two sides of it, like feeling worthless. Like, at first, like knowing, like, dang, I feel so bad. And then, like, realizing, like, you know what? Like, I can really, like, I can do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, that's just a feeling. Like, I know who I am. I know what I bring and stuff like that. So let's talk about that.
So for me, it took a while. Like, for me, it was like, I like to say that I went to therapy just by myself. Like, I should have been in
therapy. Hey, go to therapy. I like that. That's another point for you, but go ahead.
But yeah, like, I didn't even go, like, all this time. It's like, girl, you needed therapy. So I just feel like it was a long journey for me. Like, it was even with friends. Like, it wasn't just relationships. It was like friends treating me like I'm a good friend, and I was just getting people just doing me dirty. Like, why? Why are you doing me dirty? Like, and it was just like, it was something wrong with them. So now today I'm able to realize that now that I am out of that. But it took years. Like, I'm telling you, it took years of turmoil. It took years of allowing the same repeated cycles. It took all of that. So it wasn't easy for me. Like, it was not like, if I knew what I knew now, like, I just wish I had the more like support, because it was like, I was a little younger lady, little girl, some of this time going through stuff that not a little girl should have went through. Even though I did come from a good home and all these things, but it's like, I kind of put myself in these situations because I was chasing after this thing, and it was like, no. So realizing that those people, like, these aren't bad people. They're just not the people for you. It's okay. Like, and just like, always remember, and fearfully, wonderfully made. Like, that's how God created you. So why aren't you walking and such? Why aren't you remembering? Like, I remember one time I had asked my daughter something, and I asked her to compare something. And on our bathroom mirror, it said, I am fearfully, wonderfully made. She literally, when I asked her to compare me to something else, she went to that and pointed at that thing and was like, and I'm like, and from right then, I'm like, she like, don't you remember that you are fearfully and wonderfully made? Like, this is how God made you. Why are you trying to compare? Like, so just going back to that all the time, like, just really realizing now, like, during the time, yeah, it was just like, I wasn't in my faith as much as I am now. So it was hard. It was a lot of, like I said, repeated cycles. So, but now it's just like, remember, okay, girl, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Get up. Let's go. Remember who you are. You are beautiful. You are the whole package, girl. You can cook. Okay, you can do all, like, just remember, like, all the things that you can do and who you are. So anybody would be blessed with your presence, okay? For real. Like, so I think just really just going back to, who you are. Remember whose you are, okay? Because you were God's child, period.
Period. Say that then. Damn. We gonna leave it with that one. Since you brought up your baby girl, she's with you at events. She always has a smile on her face, can always make someone smile. Meeting her is definitely an experience that you will never forget because she will always make you smile or laugh or anything. So, I know how much you love your princess and how hard you go for her. So let's talk about being a mother. You being a mother, what has that taught you the most about yourself?
That has taught me that I am literally superwoman. Being a mother makes me feel like, just like, when it's like, okay, everything's crazy, gotta get up early in the morning to get to school, pick them up from school, balance, because sometimes it's like, okay, from school, we may have to go to a pop-up, we may have to go to the salon, you may have to come with me. And so just like, balance, dinner, baths, everything, just keeping stuff. So like when I'm able to accomplish all these things seamlessly, like, I just feel like superwoman. Or even when it's kind of like fast paced and not so seamlessly, like, I just like, it really just taught me like my strength as a woman, like we can do anything that we really want to do. Like it really put in perspective for me, like, girl, you got this for real. Like, and even if your daughter is on your hip, I remember one of my colleagues from high school, they had mentioned that, like, I feel bad for a lot of, the people I went to school with, they're all having kids, pregnant, da-da-da-da. But it's just like, we're still accomplishing, a lot of us still accomplish the same things that she did, so it's really not like a barrier. Like sometimes people think like, okay, having a kid can stop. I mean, it does put a stop, but once you find balance, find that balance in between, okay, this day is for family day. This day is for something fun. We're not at events today. We're going to be doing this, homework, whatever, like once you find balance, like it just really, a good experience. Like being a mom, it takes time. New moms out there, like it takes time. You're not always going to get it right away. You might not get it in the first 2-3 years. You might still be rambling and trying to figure everything out. I still try to figure things out, and my daughter's going to be 6. So, just give yourself grace and, look at your child as this is a blessing from God, like this is a little blessing from him. So treat them as such. Do what you got to do. If God is calling you, he will give you the strength to do it with a baby on your hip.
I love that. I think one thing I love about you that I admire so much is how you take your daughter with you and she sees you work and grind. I'm with the mindset of like your kids gotta see it, especially in today's time with social media and these tablets and just everything to get somebody's attention. Like I feel like if kids are there, then they develop what they see. Like a lot of the things that I'm grateful for more than ever is my mom and her work ethic of getting up early, and I was always up early with her, and just like her just continuing to be a hustler, like having a job but doing all side hustles, because I feel like now that's my life. But I didn't realize the skill of it, you know what I'm saying, to be dedicated, to be consistent, to be locked in, to set your mind on a goal and, hey, get this goal. All the other stuff in life I'll figure out, you know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to, the other things that I want in life. But she really just showed me, and I was around her so much to where now it's like, it's second nature for me to get up early. Yeah, well, don't say right because you were late today, but we not.
I'm saying it's second nature.
No, I'm just messing with you. But nah, it's just like she taught me so much, like about life and work ethic. Even like I admire her so much for my cooking skills. Like I didn't even realize that was a big thing. Yes, I can cook. I will. You know what? I'm gonna drop a little videos here so y'all can see. I'm gonna pop some.
We gonna see.
She laughed a little too hard, but nah, like the skills that she taught me, I didn't realize how big they were, and now that I'm older, like Trey, hey, learn how to cook. Trey, hey, listen, you're a man. I don't like smells. So now, like my house, like, my friends call me, they like, bruh, it be smelling like, fruity, like a woman house there. Listen, hey, I grew up with my mom, single mom. She don't play certain stuff. This is the criteria. You know what I'm saying? Or even the cooking. Like, bro, you always cooking. Yes, this is what I do because I've learned that from my mom.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then just the variables that you can check. Like, people, I don't know how you get up early. I do. I see my mama do it every day. So when I think about your daughter and I see, like, you taking her and you grinding and like you're developing so much into her that when she gets older, like her mindset and mental is going to be so strong to where, there's not going to be a job to tell her worth. Like, you're worth this an hour. Like if she chooses, then yes. If not, she'll be like, no. My mom, you know what I'm saying? And your daughter, she is very intelligent too, and she says it like it is. So I feel sorry, I feel sorry for some people who try. You're not gonna get what you want, but nah, I love that mental mindset of what you're doing with your daughter and taking her different places because I feel like at the end of the day, that's gonna help her so much. She's gonna be a superhero like her mommy.
Yes, and I love that you say that because I was literally just telling my sister last night. I was like, because she was talking about careers and stuff like that, and she was like, how her boss right now was just telling her, like, you have a kid, like, you have to figure out, do you want to take this much time and do all these things, and I was just like, for me growing up, like, my mom had 3 jobs, my parents both always worked, so it was like sometimes I had to go to work with my mom, like, I had to do that, and it was a grind and it was a hustle, and it's like, even then, like, my house was always showcase ready, like, we were, by the time everyone hit 18, we was in a family business. It was called Artists, and we was getting women in garments.
Say that
again. Women in garments. Like, we had these women on the beds, putting them in these tight garments, making them look real good afterwards. Like, our house was ready for us to grab anybody off the street and take them in our home and give them a showcase and sell them what we were selling. So it was like my mom always instilled that in us. Like, she's like, it's okay to work a job and have your own business. And my mom been on her job for 20-something years, but she still instilled that into us. Like, she still, while being on her job, while working all these other side hustles, she made sure her kids, like, my sister owns a salon, so just like different things like this.
Congratulations, sis.
Yes, like, this is what she put into us, like, as young kids. So it's like, yes, me, my daughter, like, at first I was like, dang, like, sometimes it would be hard. It's like, I gotta take her, but it's like, as you take them more, like, she's a help. And one, I'll be bored sometimes, so she always talking to me. So I'm like, I got a little person here at my pop-up, and I can always talk to them. And then, like, she start putting up stuff with me, putting up the clothing rack, and just doing, like, helping put the table. And I'm like, it's free, it's cheap labor, okay? All I gotta do is get her a snow cone or some food, something, candy, and we good. Right. So, yes, I love that I can take her, and I just love, that mindset of, like, that's what I was telling my sister last night. Like, nothing can stop you. Doesn't matter if you have a kid. There's childcare at my school. Like, if I need to, she can go there. There's no excuse of why I can't make it to class, why I can't come as far as in my kid. Like, there's no excuse. So, especially while they're young, do it now while they're young. So when they get older, we can be on unlimited flights. We can be living our life, And it's not like, oh, mommy's always just working, like.
I love how you said that, like, how your mom, like, always had your house ready and you had family business. I come from a different thing. My mom was grinding on her own, but she worked a job. So my family are more of, like, workers' mindsets. Like, we have a couple people that own their own businesses, but it's more of, like, I grew up around my grandfather. My grandfather was an entrepreneur, owned his own businesses. That was, like, my dad. Like, my pops passed when I was very young, but I grew up literally under my grandfather. Like, wherever my grandfather went, I went. Like, I lived with my grandmother and them for a minute until I got a little older, and I was forced to go stay with my mom. Like, I just wanted to stay with my grandfather and them. But my grandfather, being with him every day, seeing how he run his business, him talking to me, and he would just tell me certain things because I feel like I was around him so much. Like, he was just instilling certain stuff into me. Like, he always was like, Trey, I don't ever see you being a worker. And I'm like, a worker? I'm like 6 years old. I'm like, worker, Papa? Like, well, what that mean? Like, no, like, yeah, he like, nah, like, I don't see you ever just getting a job and just working for somebody. Other people do in the family, but you not like that. Like, I see it now. You a smart kid, just the way that you do stuff. Like, you bad as hell, but you smart. You know what I'm saying? Like, he would just be, right. He would just be talking to me and just instilling it to me. Like, look, you see this? Always have, like, full rules. Don't ever be broke. I don't care. You listen. And he was like, look, broke niggas don't exist when it comes to you. And and he would be talking to me like that, like very raw and uncut. But I understood it better whenever, like, now that I got older, it's like, always keep you some money in your pocket. Don't you ever sit there and not have money for the important things. Like, I was learning this at like 10, 7, 8 years old, like around that time. So as I got to get older, like, it became more of like, hey, you got money? No, here, I'm gonna give you some money. But look, Trey, what do you want to do? What I told you, no. Like, and he was very intent on me, like, Trey, you don't need a job. Look for stuff, because he taught, and this is an important thing. I tell my nephews this. A lot of people are lazy, and you can make money off people being lazy. That's what my grandfather taught me. He's like, Trey, you really think about it? He's like, yeah. He was like, shoot, your grandmother cooked every day. He like, most people go to McDonald's, Burger King, or whatever, and they spend money every day. What's the difference? I'm like, see, your grandmother would get in the kitchen and do the time to make a meal. You got people that's so lazy that they will go buy a meal. So they spend money. And he's like, you can make money off people being lazy. A lot of people don't want to cut their grass. I was like, dang, that makes sense. Go ask them to cut the grass. Boom. Are you around the house? Ask to fold the clothes. Ask to wash the dishes. Like, he would just be giving me stuff. And I'm like, dang, that it made more sense, because some people don't like to do stuff. So, it's like why are there trainers? Because people are lazy to get in the gym. So if you're a trainer, that's because somebody, when in reality, you can go get it. It's like people getting the fake asses or whatever. You can really build it in the gym. But, I mean, it's easier to go, you know what I'm saying? And one, I'm not knocking nothing. Hey, whatever you want to do as queens, kings, whatever, do your thing. I'm just speaking on, like, just a lesson that I've learned in life that has helped me. You know what I'm saying? But learning those things, it kind of centered around, like, betting on yourself. And he will always tell me that, like, bet on yourself. Like, before you go and do something, bet on yourself, because at the end of the day, whether you succeed or fail, it's on you. Like, you don't ever want your success or how you feel about yourself to be determined on another person. And I was just talking to a friend, and they were telling me how, like, the job that they're working, they've been there years, and the job is not respecting them as far as moving up and, like, just getting the things that they deserve. They're one of the hardest workers, always consistent, always there. But there's other people in charge, that relationships that move other people. Mm-hmm. And I was like, dang, honestly, you should bet on yourself. That was my advice, because it's like, I think you should go in there and tell them your worth and, say what you deserve. And if they don't do that, then, hey, figure it out. But you deserve better. You know what I'm saying? And that's a topic that I want to jump in with you as far as betting on yourself. We all, as entrepreneurs, have that mindset. Like, nah, I'm going to bet on myself. Like, we not doing that. And even if we get told no, like, a lot of people don't understand. I've been told no 50 million times for interviews. Like, I go in DMs, they unread, whatever. People just see what I post, and they look at clips, and they like, oh, yeah, he got this on the pod, this person on the pod. But it's like, nah, I get told no every day. Like, but I'm a grinder, I'm a hustler, and I'm going to shoot to get the things that I want. It's like, I just know now, but I know in my mindset, as I continue to grow, the same people that told me no are going to come back. That's just my mental mindset. So let's talk about betting on yourself. What does betting on yourself mean to you?
I mean, betting on myself just means, like, going after all the things, like, that you want to do, regardless. Like, I just went back to school. It was like, that was a bet on myself. I'm like, this stuff is hard.
I love that.
Yes, and it's just like, this is hard, but it's like, that's the result of me just betting on myself. Like, even though, like, I've been to school multiple times. I went to PCC, and I stopped. Like I said, I was in a relationship, stopped going to school. I went to ASU online, stopped going there. Then I went to cosmetology school. I knew I was in the right spot because I finished, something I'm really passionate about, hair. I'm also a licensed cosmetologist. So now I'm in school for marketing. So it's just like, betting on yourself is just doing all the things regardless of your adversity, regardless of being a mom, regardless of being a single mom, regardless of being in traumatic relationships, regardless of having bad friendships and people that really weren't for you or really looking at you in envy when all you wanted to do was really just be there for them, regardless of anything that you may face, just going after those things. Um, that's what it means for me to bet on yourself, going after anything that you want in life, regardless of how hard, how many no's you get, regardless of all the circumstances. If God is telling you to go, God will give you the strength, okay? So
I love that. I love that. And I think, too, the mindset of getting told no, it impacts certain people different. And that's how, when I talk about confidence, when I talk about belief in yourself, like the same things that we talked about earlier in the episode. If you tell me no, pretty sure if you tell somebody tell you no, it's like, okay, yeah, I'm still gonna keep going. You're still gonna see my business. You're still gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like it's never a no to where it's like, dang, like I lose belief in what I want to do and who I am and what I want to build. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, currently in the first part of the episode, I talked about taking a break, and like this episode is gonna drop, and I've been gone for a minute. I haven't been on social media how I used to, and I just want to like talk to you about that because we have talked, like we've been knowing each other for a minute now. But I remember when you took a break from your business and you were like stressed and all that, and I was like, look, hey, mentally get yourself together. You good. You already done all the hard work. You just need a break. You going through a lot. You got stuff going on. Fix that and then come back. And you were like, yeah. I'm like, no, serious though. Like you could be in a rush, and because I know you know the importance of how you feel, but at the same time, that mental break helps you so much. So let's talk about the importance of taking a break.
yes, taking a break is so important. I'm telling y'all, when I first started being an entrepreneur, I was up 24 hours, like trying to just learn all the things, do all the things, be a mom, just do all the things. So, I would just say, like, taking a break is so important. Like, you have to realize, especially if this is something God called you to, it's okay to take a break, to get yourself together, to figure out the back end of things and figure out, okay, where is my business actually going? That is very important because sometimes it's like we look on social media and everything looks all glitter and gold, but it's like this entrepreneurship is deeper than that. It's way deeper than that. Mm-hmm. So let me stop posting for a minute and figure out the back end. Like I heard someone say, if you're just posting it on Instagram, but you ain't getting no leads, you're just posting on Instagram. Like, so figuring out what really works. Because it's like, that's, everybody started a business during the pandemic. And it's like, we're just, a lot of us will try to keep up with everything else and just keep up with this like whole schedule. And yes, it is good. Like a lot of people that are successful say, have a posting schedule, do all these things, but it's okay to take a break. People are still going to remember you. It is okay. They know you. They know your brand. At this point, they know your colors of your brand, and they're like, oh, people are like, oh, I've seen that before, stuff like that. They know who you are. So it is okay because you need that mental break. Life happens. I've known people that, stopped doing their business for a while, have a career for real in the field, but they had to stop doing their business for a while, and they came back, and it's like, it's okay, just keep going. You may notice, okay, that traction is not the same as before, but it's okay. That is totally okay. You need that. Mental health is important. Taking those breaks are important.
I find it funny, too, because it's like people that never repost my pod or nothing was like, are you still doing the podcast? Are you done? I'm like, first off, I could really just shit on you because you're really trying to like press me about something that you don't even support and tell you what I've been doing on my off time. But it's like, nah. First off, no, I definitely have not quit. Yeah, I definitely haven't quit. I've been really doing something big, and people just always want to know what you're doing. Well, what have you been doing? You'll see.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. The work is speaking for itself, and that's how I've always been. But I'm so glad and grateful that I'm back. But that's the thing about what people don't understand. Like, some people can be taking a break from something, but if you're an entrepreneur, you're always doing something. So you're always working another move. And that's where I've been currently, just not only just mentally taking a break from the pod, but also I've been working on the pod in a different way because I'm creating something that's going to help me do everything. Yeah, exactly. So, the people that's, close to me that I've told what I've been doing, and when they come out, people going to be like, oh my God. But it's going to be like, nah, y'all the same people that was asking me, oh, are you still doing? No, it's like, just because you do one thing don't mean this is your main thing.
Right.
Like I love podcasts, but that's just not just me. I do a lot of different things, you know. So yeah, it's just it's funny. It's funny when people like, you know,
Just wanna
taking
know
a
your
break, how they can.
business.
Yeah, and then they try to flood it within themselves just because you done took a break for 9-10 years and you started doing something only for 3 weeks and you're like, oh yeah, he like me. No, my taking a break, your taking a break is two different
Right.
things. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but we winding down. I wanna ask you this question. We've talked about it, so you know you wrote a poem. But
No.
I love this question. Yeah, you wrote it. That's what you told me. But I love this question for one because everybody has a different answer, and it's so I just think it's so beautiful whenever you describe, you know, your type of love. So the question is, what does your love look like? What does your love taste like? What does your love feel like?
Okay. Let me get my little palette out.
Okay.
Okay. So, my love tastes like soul food on a Sunday, like a sweet potato souffle, sweet with some cinnamon, or sweet like your favorite banana pudding that you don't want to share. My love feels like a breath of fresh air, like the one you take while you meditate. It feels like the day you feel summer is finally here. My love feels like a new season. My love feels like that feeling you get when you're laughing so hard you cry, and you don't care who's looking, you do it anyway. You don't let fear take away. My love feels how it feels to feel a life without limits, timeless, the realest. My love smells like a bakery, warm, fresh baked chocolate chip cookies, or a cake if you please. It smells like your favorite cologne or perfume for me. My love smells like you and me, whoever that could be. Now, my love looks like the face you make when you taste really, really good food. My love looks like the face you make when God's been doing his thing. My love looks like the ocean, wide, tall, strong, peaceful, yet fierce in the right hour. My love looks like earth, wind, and its fire. Period. Now the girls want to know.
I really loved your poem and everything about it. That was very good. Last thing I want to do is called decoding the real, and this is just where I have a real moment and I just tell you just real things that a lot of people might hold in, a lot of people don't want to say, or they say it at a wrong time. I feel like you got to give people their flowers while they here, and just give and let people know how you feel. But I just want to say I've always admired your work ethic, the type of person you are, your heart, the type of things that you had to overcome. Like it really is like a blessing that God has put you into my life. Also, as well, just like you,
big blessing.
Yeah, big blessing. It's thankful the type of mother that you are, just seeing how passionate you are and how hard working you are for your children. I mean for your child, and just how hard that you push to give her a better life, and how you never ever let anything come between that mother-daughter relationship. Truly, truly impactful for that. I love that. I love seeing, you know, that type of energy. Also, too, you know, you're a very genuine person, like your family as well. Coming from a great family, shout out to them. But I'm just very grateful to be able to know you and be able to cross paths with you because, like I always tell you this, but you know, I always tell you you're gonna be successful. You're gonna do this. Oh yeah, you're gonna have way more than that. Like I always, you know, give you your ups, and I appreciate you too. Whenever you give me my flowers and whenever you know support me as well. But I just want to let you know that. You know, I would never take our relationship for granted. You know, even though despite you be talking trash, you know, you got a little smart mouth and all, but it is what it
spicy.
is.
It's fierce at the right hour.
Again, no, thank you so much, though. I truly appreciate you. Thank you for coming on, you know, my platform. Thank you for respecting my platform. Thank you for supporting my platform. I don't take that for granted at all. So thank you.
Yes, you are welcome. And thank you for having me. And just remember, everyone, to be you be bold, and be fearfully and wonderfully made.
And definitely be different.